MAW Inertia is back, and we are live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we have a hell of a show for you tonight. Johnny Gomez has announced a Women's Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. Evelyn Quinn has no #1 contender anymore after her victory in the triple threat match at Mistress's Ball. So starting tonight and over the next number of weeks, we will find out who her next #1 contender is for Hail to the King Gold Rush in November. Again, that starts tonight. Also tonight, speaking of being in Philadelphia, the home of ECW, the now former Ultraviolent champion, Patrick Island, has demanded his rematch against Nick Boyd. That's right, Nick Boyd took the title from him at Monsters Ball. That's our main event later tonight. All that, so much more. MAW from Philly. But to get that graphic fixed, we are in Philly, and how else were we going to start this show? The new World Heavyweight Champion is here. At Monsters Ball, Randy Man and JT Anderson took each other to the limit, using all kinds of weapons and the cell itself as one. In the end, Randy would use a sledgehammer to throw JT's head on. Not to hit him with it, but to throw him on the front and back of his head on the sledgehammer, so he would become World Heavyweight Champion. Randy pulling out unique stops, unique maneuvers to do what he had to do. It doesn't matter how he did it. All that matters is he is now World Heavyweight Champion. And of course, a mixed bag of reactions here in Philly. Gotta imagine there's a lot on this man's mind after finally winning the big one. You know, when I first joined MAW, it was so I could wrestle with all of my friends. And so we could do something special together. Friends like Patrick Ireland, friends like Austin Anderson, friends like JT Anderson. A man I saw eye to eye with, a man I was happy to win tag titles with, a man I was happy to go to war with all these years. But last year that changed when I realized the egotistical maniac he had become leading the dynasty, where he thought he was king shit. And guess what? He wasn't. Over this last year, 10 months, however long it's been, Jared and I, we fell out. We fought all over the place. We had a last man standing match that I lost. We were both in the World Championship match at Hell on Earth. And he didn't beat me, but he did take the title home. But I wasn't done with him, and I was never going to be done with him until I took the title from him. And that's exactly what I did. Now I am the World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm the king of MAW. And I could sit here and talk more about JT, because you know what? He's damn good at this. But I beat him. So it's time to look forward. It's time to move on. Because coming up next is Hail to the King Gold Rush in November. Shut up. The point is, I'm here to find a new #1 contender, a new challenger, someone worth my time and worth the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe I'll do what Evelyn did and hold a tournament. Oh, wait a minute. JT has arrived at the building. Johnny Gomez. JT, stop. Man, stop. Don't go out there. Don't do this, man. It's not worth it, okay? I know you're mad. I know you lost the title. But this is not the time or the place. Johnny, get out of my way. Don't involve yourself in this. Son of a bitch. JT, please, come back. JT! Oh no. JT's heading this way. He's heading this way. Don't you come out here. Don't you come out here, damn it. Son of a... Oh my God. Randy's celebration being cut short by the now former World Heavyweight Champion. Stopped by to put his hat and jacket on. I wasn't sure we'd see JT tonight after the shots to the head he took from Randy Man. Oh man. As the flames come back. This is not what Randy had in mind. Randy had made it pretty clear he wanted to move on from JT after taking the World Championship from him. Randy getting the hell out of Dodge for now. JT go get in the ring, get his hat and jacket off. Ready to go get back in the ring now. What are you doing here? I took the title from you. This is done. Oh, Randy, hold on, man, hold on. Look, you beat me fair and square inside Hell in a Cell for the World Heavyweight Championship. You did. Problem is, ain't nothing over till I say it's over. Oh, look out! JT! Knocking Randy to the outside! Side dive! Oh my God! We got another JT and Randy brawl on our hands here. Randy blocks JT and throws him the hell away. And now Randy getting the hell out of Dodge. Randy, this is far from over. You son of a bitch. I'm coming for my title. You hear me? And JT just shouting at Randy that he's coming for his title. Randy trying to figure out what to do next, what to do here. JT getting underneath the ring. Oh my God. JT's got a kendo stick. Randy's got to get the hell out of here. JT coming after Randy with a kendo stick. We got to do something about these two. Well, the security or whoever tries to figure out what's going on with Randy and JT, this is your first look at the Women's World Championship Tournament. The top half of the brackets are all women who have never been Women's World Champion. The bottom half are all former champions. Sorry about that, I forgot to pause. That way the finals of the tournament will be someone who's never held the title against... I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to scream in my new apartment and she's just having a good time. Against a former champion. That's, again, the finals, no matter what, will be of someone who's never won the championship versus a former champion. That's the idea of this tournament. Cassidy Quinn and Yukari Soihun. Yukari's been around since the earliest days of the women's roster because we didn't have one for a long time, yet she's never been women's champion. And of course, Cassidy Quinn called her shot at Mistress's Ball and didn't work out. Angela Lopez has moved her way into the women's world title picture, and Madison Osborne, who's a former Crimson Bell champion, but is yet to hold the women's world title. Rosalind Dacia and Lisa Marie, two women that know each other very well. They go way, way back. One of the two women who have faced each other several times is what I'm trying to say. Long history between those two. Roz, of course, a 5-time women's champion. Lisa, a 3-time women's champion. And Amber Reeves and Piper Adams are both 1-time women's champions. Only one of them can move on to the next round and potentially become a 2-time champion if they can move on to the finals. Tonight, we're going to have one match from each set of brackets, starting in just moments with Cassidy Quinn versus Yukari Soihun here tonight live. There you see the official graphic for this matchup. I'm sorry, I got a new chair. Sorry if it's squeaking. Again, Cassidy Quinn called her shot. Mistress's ball came up short. Was going to try again here in the first round of this women's title #1 contender tournament. We're going to get 2 matches down this week. Next 2 matches down next week. Then we're going to slow down a bit so we don't have a #1 contender too early. And again, Yukari Soihun was part of the inaugural women's division over 10 years ago and has never held the women's world titles. This is an interesting matchup to say the absolute least. First match of the night finally getting going 11 minutes into the show. Our ring announcer has yet to come back out after all the chaos from the opening. The aftermath of Monsters Ball. Randy Man came out here, in case you're just joining us. He came out here to celebrate his new world championship win. JT would show up in the parking lot, would storm the ring and attack Randy. Randy would run off, and then JT would chase him with a kendo stick. I'm not getting any updates right now on what's going on. I'm hoping that security and Johnny Gomez has a hold of this in the back. But meanwhile, Cassidy Quinn, who's had a hell of a year, she won the Call Your Shot Battle Royal back at Hell on Earth. The women's Call Your Shot Battle Royal, obviously. She called her shot, like I said, for Mistress's Ball in a triple threat Extreme Rules match with Emily Ramon and Evelyn Quinn. Evelyn continues to be one of the most dominant women of all time, and she's still currently our women's world champion, which is where this tournament came from. Her and Johnny Gomez had a conversation. She needs a new #1 contender, and this is how they decided to put it together. 4 women who've never held the Women's World Championship and 4 former champions. 2 separate sides of the bracket so that the finals are a potential first-time champion and someone trying to up their record. The winner of the entire tournament will face Evelyn Quinn one-on-one. Hail to the King Gold Rush this November. Last year, first year on YouTube, we brought back the Hail to the Hail and oh my God, I'm so sorry. The Hail to the King and Hail to the Queen tournaments that we had stopped doing the year before we came to YouTube. This year, we're bringing back the event from that year, Hail to the King Gold Rush. Every single championship on the line in one show. It's going to be a hell of a night. It's Cassidy with kicks and punches. Martial artist through and through. What a thrust kick taste on Yukari. A bit of an interesting matchup here. These two have basically the same style as strikers. Another kick to the midsection and now a knee to the face. A couple knees to the chest. Cassidy Quinn not backing down. Uh-oh. Double underhook from behind. Picks her up. And just drops her. It was submission prowess as well. MMA background from Miss Quinn. Lots of superstars in the female division with the last name Quinn. Oh, and we also have... Never mind. Anyway. From the top rope. Cassidy with a big splash. Hooks the outside leg. That was an early cover to say the least. But, I mean, this onslaught early on. I think Yukari probably assumed she would run through Cassidy, but that is not what's happening. Oh, man. Interesting senton on the floor. And misses. and knee to the face. I am being told now that security was able to get Randy Man put into his locker room and keep JT out of it. So, into the apron. And there's the strikes from Yukari, like I said, and the Northern Lights on the floor. Like I said, these two have a similar style with the striking. And look at this though, Cassidy. Yukari was not paying attention, or so Cassidy thought. Cassidy manages to recover anyway and catch her with a kick. Ooh, what a big knee strike. You heard the impact. These two are just hitting each other as hard as they can with their palms, fists, arms, legs, feet. If it's a body part they can swing, they're hitting each other with it. That clothesline was any indication. This is as brutal as you can get without weapons. We'll see plenty of weapons in tonight's main event. Big forearm shot. And now, Yukari with some straight lefts and a stomp to the midsection. Not letting up. Hooks the outside leg, 1-0. Yukari's waited a decade to be women's world champion. She can get through Cassidy and whoever's next, she'll be on her way. Hell, she gets through Cassidy, she'll be on her way. Yukari knows not to look past anybody. Cassidy Quinn had a rough couple of years since her debut. She finally climbed the mountain, bam, smashes the knees to get into a spot where she could fight for the world title, but she just wasn't able to pick it up. As that punches and stomp combo, Yukari's hit a couple of times. Another stomp to the midsection. Trying to make Cassidy stay down. Hooks the outside leg again. 2 count that time. Quinn's still able to kick out. Speaking of Quinn, you know Evelyn's going to be watching this tournament closely. Whoever wins it faces her, but she's got to be scouting everybody. Big knee to the midsection. Oh my God. A kick to the back of the head, but Cassidy Quinn smartly rolls to the floor. I don't know how she managed to recover that quickly. She got out of the way of a dive, a little bit of payback, and she hits the senton on the floor. Seated senton at that. Stomp to the upper back, I believe. Can't believe that. Kick to the back of the head from Yukari. Again, these two very similar styles. Referee up to a count of 5. Cassidy realizes it. Gets back in the ring. And now taunting a little bit. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. No. Off the ropes. Roll through. And a kick of her own. Right to the chest. What's Cassidy got in mind here? The seated senton again. Oh man, just stomped on her mouth. Talking about nothing fancy. Running punt style kick. And Cassidy Quinn having a little bit of fun at Yukari's success. Or what? Expense. I don't know why I said success. I'm all over the place in this episode. She's trying to drag away from the ropes. She got in mind here. I don't know, but Yukari getting to her feet. Oh, kick to the midsection. Off the ropes, scissor kick. Caught. Yukari cover. Throws her away. Gets her to her feet. Shot to the midsection. Oh, and a shot to the face. And now, God, what a right hand. Again, these two are just hitting each other. Springboard forearm from Yukari. Whoop. Cassidy pops to her feet, perhaps playing a little bit of possum. Oh, couple of well-placed elbows. Another well-placed left to the midsection. Oh, thrust kick right to the face. And now right hands. Oh, man. And the stomp to the midsection. And Cassidy to her feet, right hand. On the shoulders. GTH. A popular move in the women's division. Is it enough? Not yet. Cassidy Quinn showed her resiliency last weekend as she rolls to the floor to try to take a breather. Yukari, though, as this crowd, this Philly crowd, chants "Fight Forever" at these young ladies. Flying forearm! Flying forearm from the top rope to the outside. Big knee drop. Yukari commanding this matchup until now. Cassidy popped up, Fez press on the floor. Oh, and now the knees to the chest. We saw that early on. Bringing it back later. And again, having a little bit of fun. Well, Yukari doesn't really want her to have fun. She throws her across into the barricade almost. I think she tripped over her own 2 feet before she hit the barricade. Referee at 6. These two just having a stare off, realizing they got to get back in the ring. Count of 7. Oh, I think she might have tripped. The rolling forearm. Cassidy, either Yukari tripped or she tripped over her own 2 feet. Oh! Face first into the mat. Playing into the flatliner. Cassidy Quinn pushes her up. Cassidy to the outside. Oh, comes back in. Whatever she had planned, she can't do. Takes her down. And again. Yukari went for a clothesline. Off the ropes. Flying clothesline from Quinn. Yukari in the corner. High up. Hip attack. And Meteor. Cassidy Quinn not letting up for even a moment. Hooks the outside leg. 2. And Yukari kicks out. Man, oh man, what a match. That onslaught of moves from Quinn just now was great, but Yukari is still in this thing. But Cassidy said she's done for her. Going after the arm now. She's got something in mind. Ooh! Well-educated feet, slaps, leaping neck breaker. But Yukari, well, I thought she rolled to the outside. She climbs up on the ropes. Whoa! Oh no! Yukari caught her. Hung her up on the top rope. Goes right into the cover. And it is only not 2. Got like a dry mouth or something going on over here. Not great for commentary. Kicks. Couple of kicks to the chest. Yukari backs up, trying to come up with something to take down Cassidy. Oh, there's that spinning forearm again. Cassidy, though, getting to her feet, trying to shake off the cobwebs. Thrust kick. How many thrust kicks can one person? These two are just, again, kicks, punches, forearms all over the face, and these two are just still going and going and going. Yukari daring Cassidy to get to her feet, and she is trying. Up on the shoulders for a second time. And Yukari is moving on. A hell of an effort from Cassidy Quinn yet again. But 2 GTHs is going to do it. That great flatliner earlier. And there's the second GTH. One more look. Bam! And it was over. Yukari Soihan looking for her very first ever Women's Championship reign. Heads to the semifinals of this Women's World Championship tournament. Well, ladies and gentlemen, switching gears for just a moment. At Monsters Ball, we had a triple threat tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match. It was a Lucha Legacy, YNF, and a mystery third team. That mystery third team ended up being the reunited and returning Chaos, who are now the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. As of right now, the randoms, Johnny Gomez, Chaos, they haven't really decided when that match is going to take place. I'm not sure they're going to wait all the way until Gold Rush. But tonight, Neos Diablo, as you can see, is set for singles action. His first time back in a while, for sure. He's going to take on Guillermo Gutierrez of the Lucha Legacy. It was quite the shock when Chaos came back. They haven't been a team in a long time, but they proved that they're still potentially the best tag team in all of MAW, winning that tables, ladders, and chairs match. I still forgot to bring the ring announcer on, but We'll fix it. I promise. I always get to it eventually. As Guillermo Gutierrez makes his way to the ring for this matchup. Gutierrez still young in his MAW career, but he's damn talented and damn entertaining. Being under the tutelage of Hosakai has been pretty cool for him. He gets better every time we see him. Oh boy. This is not somebody you want to see on the other side of the ring from you. But tonight, Guillermo does not have a choice. He probably sees this as a chance of some kind of revenge. After losing the TLC match, this is just a simple one-on-one match here tonight. Chaos looking to build more and more momentum to whenever that championship match takes place. I think if you're the Randoms, you probably want to wait as long as possible. You gotta think of the reality of being number one contenders as Neo's wasting no time, kicks and punches galore. With that spinning kick taking Gutierrez down. It's not going to be a clash of styles unlike our opening matchup. Big suplex. Works the outside leg. There's one. Just one. Knee to the back. Stomp to the arm. Kick to the back. Now pulling on the arm. Oh man, what a spinning kick. I believe that was Shades of Trouble in Paradise. And now smashing his face off the mat. Neos Diablo not letting up. Gutierrez though. With a kick. And now, look at this, a crossface. A crossface from Gutierrez. Very interesting strategy, going for a submission right away and clothesline in the corner. And that kick to the gut. Neos didn't appreciate that. Gutierrez trying to fight back and forth these two go momentarily. Got him up on his shoulders and drops him down. Impressive strike there. I thought we were going to see an Alabama slam, but they just held him and dropped him face first. Kick, punch, kick, DDT. Gotta imagine both these men still suffering the effects from that tables, ladders, and chairs match. Whoa. Into a reverse DDT. Interesting go around there for Gutierrez to get to the reverse DDT. And big leg drop. The distance he decided to throw himself for that. Referee getting in perfect position for the two. No further. The height as well, the hang time on that leg drop. Neos got hell of resilience though. Big tornado DDT from Gutierrez, and now a drop kick. Looks like Neos might be bleeding. And if I'm not mistaken, I didn't want to comment because I can't tell, but it looked like as that drop kick hits, Gutierrez might be bleeding under his mask a little bit. Again, they got to be feeling the effects from that TLC match a week ago. Or just over a week ago, 8 days. Not long enough to recover from a TLC match, I wouldn't think. Into the corner. And just crushes him in the corner. And now a stomp. Uh-oh. Talking about the ankles, pulls him and drops him. Again, nothing fancy in Neos Diablo's arsenal. Looking to send a message to everybody that he's back His partner's back. Chaos is back in MAW as Neos is now in the second turnbuckle. Spear! A spear from the second rope. Hooks the leg. There's two. And Gutierrez will kick out. Neos is not going to be happy about it, that's for sure. Spinning punch. A discus right hand to the mouth. Now, a double underhook from the back. And oh! That kick might have been a little low. I'm not sure how low it was. Flatliner. Stomp. Knee. Neos rolls to the outside. Gutierrez doesn't dare dive at him when he's staring right at him like that. Neos throws springboard. He clipped him. Gutierrez was too busy talking smack. Got him up on the top turnbuckle. Oh, what a right. Oh, he kicks him that time. Kicks him in the arm. Makes him stop. Up on his shoulder. Showing the strength again. Long blower. Or gutbuster, perhaps. Oh, a little bit of taunting again. Caught him off guard. Made it cost him that time. What a thrust. And a tilt-a-whirl slam. Neos just keeping the pressure on now as the blood looks like it's gone down the left side of his face from his forehead, and a stomp to the leg. Last year at Monsters Ball, Neos was the #1 contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship. So he's going to be hard for someone like Gutierrez to beat. Backbreaker, and he smacked his head on his knee. Not saying Gutierrez can't beat him, but Neos is going to have the experience big time on Gutierrez. And this one, dropping elbows. As Gutierrez goes to the floor, maybe catch a breather. Neos try not to let him. Power double tap on the floor. Gutierrez caught him. Holds the leg and suplexes him. Almost a fisherman. Gutierrez again. Oh, throws an elbow. Oh, God. And a straight right Nelson kicks. And a Uranagi backbreaker. Just like that, Neos Diablo picks up the pace. Goes for a right, doesn't get it. Gutierrez, nice neck breaker. Very unique style. Oh, and again, Neos just keeps catching him with right hands. And thrown into the board. The LED board there. Every out of count of 6. Russian legs for a barricade. Referee at 7. We may have ourselves a count out here. Count of 8. Neos Diablo's going to shake off the cobwebs. Oof, right. I don't know how close the referee was to saying 9. Diablo! Driver! He got in the ring and immediately dropped Gutierrez on his head. Oh my God. I don't think he can get any closer without being free. I don't know how Gutierrez kicked out of that. The Diablo driver, out of nowhere, he kicked out of it. Diablo, white noise, near the center of the ring. And whoa, Diablo caught it. And a drop kick. Gutierrez somehow is back in this thing. He's turned it around. Running all the way across. Top rope plancha. Just throwing himself out of the ring onto Neos Diablo. This Philly crowd starting to believe in Guillermo Gutierrez. Ooh, stomp in the face. Big knee. If I'm right about Gutierrez bleeding under that mask, that is not going to help it at all. Neo's going to throw him right back in the ring. Oh my God. Whoa, what has Neos got in mind? Guillermo's way across the ring. Neos Diablo hitting a massive elbow drop from halfway across the ring to pick up the win. That was incredible. Here was this Diablo driver that Gutierrez got out of. Here was the white noise. Bam! And then this elbow drop from halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way across the ring. I don't think I've ever seen Neos do that, but that could be the point. A little bit of blood from the top of his forehead isn't going to stop him. Chaos is back, and they are here to stay. And you got to wonder, when are we going to find out the date, the location of that World Tag Team title match against the Randoms, two of the best teams in MAW history? It'll be a banger, a classic, once we know when it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I said there'd be 2 matches tonight, 2 matches next week, so it's time to continue the Women's World Championship Tournament. Up first in the former Women's Champions department, it's Amber and Piper, 1-time Women's Champion each. And I found out the reason we're doing this one this week is because we're saving Lisa versus Roz for next week, because that is 2 legends of the women's division going up against each other. That will be next week's main event. That is huge news from Johnny Gomez. We're going to finish off the first round next week. Lisa and Roz in the main event. That's going to be huge. They are main event talent, that's for sure. But I still got to turn the announcer back on. God. Speaking of main events, I'll have to try to remember that for the main event. I'm so bad at memory. I don't think it hurts not to have it on, but anyway. Here comes Amber Reeves, who wasn't getting this kind of reception when she was Women's World Champion. She cashed in Money in the Bank on an injured Lisa Marie, actually. Well, that's crazy to think about. This year she joined the Bad Girls Club and then left them behind to pursue her own dreams. And that's led her here to this solo dream of becoming Women's World Champion once again, maybe. Piper and Amber have never faced off before here at MAW. It'll be interesting to see how these two measure up. Much like the other women's matchup, these two have very similar styles. They're Spitfires. Only Amber's nickname actually is Spitfire. Piper Adams. She won the Women's World Championship during an absence when the championship was vacant. It was a Muskogee bar fight, and she would come out on top and be Women's World Champion. It was really cool, but she was still really young at the time. The youngest Women's World Champion in MAW history still holds that accolade. Still young in MAW, still young in real life. This is going to be a very interesting matchup between these two. See who has the most fire to head to the semifinals in a couple of weeks. Find out when those are. Like I said, we slowed down a little bit so we don't blow through the tournament too quickly. Amber with a takedown. Wrestling takedown, old school style. Couple of kicks and a long blower for sure. Couple of chops. And a couple more chops. One in the corner. In the middle row, moonsault. Hooks the leg early. Gets a 1. This is a fast and furious start to this matchup. Is what we kind of expected. But all Amber thus far, that doesn't mean Piper won't get back into it. Amber just keeping control at the moment. And a big forearm. Piper rolls to the outside, perhaps smartly trying to get a little break from Amber, who comes flying across the ring, middle rope, front flip. Tope con hilo of sorts. My goodness. Here's the middle rope for advantage and a massive forearm. Piper shoves her off with both feet and delivers a kick. Piper getting some offense in this matchup. It's the first time we've seen it thus far. Oh, what a kick! What a kick right to the face. Oh, God, what a unique takedown, followed by a massive kick from Reeves. And she throws Piper into the barricade. Referee at the count of 7, I believe, was the last number I saw. Now he's at 8. Piper Adams may be out on her feet. Count of 9. Piper's got to get back in there. Ooh. That had to be 9.5 for sure. Off the ropes. The drop down. The leapfrog. Crossbody. Nope, catches her. Rolls through. With his front face lock. Tried to wrench. Amber with a couple of rights. Uh-oh. There's that roll through again. That snapmare roll through with a kick. Gets the cover this time. It's only a 2. Oop. We'll tie up again. Whoa! Takes her down big time. And now, from the middle rope, missile drop kick. And what's this now? Oh, was just twisting on her leg and drops an elbow on it. Shoves her off. Uh-oh. Coming around. Bulldog. Right hands on the outside. Referee up to 2 already. Oh, man. An extremely unique backbreaker from Adams. Trips her. Sweeps the leg on the ground. Pinfall submission, disqualification, or count out. Move you on in this tournament as she held her hand down and drops a knee on her arm. Count of 5. And throws her into the announce table. Count of 6. Now throws her back in the ring. Doesn't want to get her counted out. Ref gets to 7 as Adams climbs back in the ring. Uh-oh. What she got in mind here? Face first. Off the mat. Boot to the midsection. Drop kick to the side of face. Piper has taken over this matchup as of late. Oh, smacks her in the back of the head. Oh, that just may have made Amber. You know what I'm trying to say. As she throws her across the ring after slamming her into the top turnbuckle. Foot on the face. Some disrespect from Amber. Amber yelling at the crowd, maybe a mistake. It's drop kicked into the corner. Now Piper got in line. Oh, kicks her in the leg. Gonna take out some of the speed of the Spitfire. And, whoa, rolls her through by her head. And just kind of slams her down. What's she doing here? And I think she's stepping on her hair. She's stepping on her hair and pulling on her hands, her arms. God, that had to hurt. Adams drags her away from the ropes. But Amber not done yet. Oh. Working on the arm. Oh, man. Hooks the outside leg. There's 2. Not yet. And Amber Connor pulls her up. Impressive. Amber runs across the ring. Springboard forearm. Kick to the leg. Back elbow by Piper. Excuse me. Piper again getting control back. Knee to the hand. Or to the arm anyway. Hooks the outside leg. Both entities looking for the victory at this point. No. I need those, sweetie. Oh, whoop. Interesting series there. Piper got the best of it. And again on that arm. Both knees. Piper Adams really working over the left arm. And now just getting on and hitting some rights. Just punching her in the face. Oh, okay, that last one was a slap. As Amber pulls herself outside of the ring onto the apron. Oh, a right hand by Adams. And another one. Amber still hanging onto the apron. Catches her with a forearm. But Piper boots her in the midsection. Falls into the ropes again. Chop. And now working on the leg. Look at this. Just stretching the leg. It's not supposed to stretch or bend like that. Adams, front face lock. DDT. Absolutely plants Amber Reeves. Is that enough? It is. Piper Adams heads to the semifinals. She will face either Lisa or Roz down the line. That spike DDT wins her the next round. The question is, can she go further? Can she go all the way and become a two-time women's world champion? We'll find out in the coming weeks. Congratulations to both Piper Adams and Yukari. As we take a look at the updated brackets here in just a moment. There you see it, Yukari and Piper. Yukari will face either Angela or Madison, and Piper will face either Rosalind and Lisa, who will be in our main event next week. But we got to get to this week's main event first. Extreme Rules for the Ultraviolent Championship. Randy, where are you? Come on, buddy, where are you at? Johnny, come on, where's Randy at? No, Jared, stop. Look, I know you're upset about losing the world's title, but you can't just go chasing Randy with a kendo stick. I think I can. I'm going to go find him. See ya. Jared, wait. He left the building, okay? This is not over. Well, it looks like Johnny Gomez has got a lot on his plate. JT's still looking for Randy Mann. Apparently, he's no longer here. Excuse me. I made a massive error. I'll tell you in a moment as we move on from JT and Randy. Apparently JT is not finished with Randy Mann. But he made a huge error, and I apologize to all of you because, yes, it is Eric Lass that is the new Ultraviolent champion. I don't know why I thought it was Nick Boyd. It's been a crazy couple of weeks in my real life, and we're back to it as Pat Ireland, the #1 contender, heads to the ring. Well, not really the #1 contender necessarily. Pat Ireland did lose that title. Three-way dance, Nick Boyd, Eric Lass. Nick was the first one eliminated. Eric Lass would come out on top. An incredible match between all three men. But we usually don't do title rematches here in MAW, but the Ultraviolent Championship is its own world, its own beast. And the Savage Roach Championship will be treated no differently. In this case, Pat demanded his rematch and Eric granted it. The rule with the Ultraviolent Championship, one of the rules anyway, is that the champion gets to decide the stipulation. And Eric Lass said, it's simple. We're in Philly. We'll do Extreme Rules. Eric Lass finally holding another singles championship. This is his first singles championship on the main roster. That is insane. And I say main roster, and I've mentioned it in the past, MAW did have an NXT for a little while, 2 different versions. Eric Lass was a multi-time NXT champion. He's been one of the most prominent and active superstars in MAW history, but he's never been able to win any major championships. He finally does that at Monsters Ball. I highly recommend going back and watching both Monsters and Mistress Ball. They were incredible nights. Remember, it's all just here on YouTube for absolutely free. You can watch Eric Glass become champion and then come back and watch MAW and hear me be an absolute moron and get the champion wrong. That's what happens when I don't do it for like a month. And then we're finally back here tonight in Philly. We'll be in Denver, Colorado next week. The rest of the first round matches in the Women's World Championship Tournament, and I mentioned it a moment ago for a reason. The Savage Rose Championship will be defended for the first time. Let's send it to the ring for our main event. There's the former champ. You can hear from the crowd. They love both of these individuals. And of course, we're in Philly, the home of ECW, where Extreme was born, bred, raised, and perfected. So these two men are really going to have to put their best foot forward in this one. Pat won that championship at the end of the Ultraviolent Championship Round Robin Tournament. It all ended in Hell on Earth with Predator. He's been champion ever since, until Monsters Ball. Eric Glass only the second ever Ultraviolent champion. Will Pat be the third ever? Pat runs across the ring. Man, just single leg dropkick started off. Northern Light suplex now. Holds the cover early on. Pat not holding back. This is a one-on-one match. No third guy to come in and stop you or interrupt you or any of that kind of stuff. Oh, Pat, oh my God, there's that armbar. That impressive athleticism from Pat Ireland, as immediately Eric Glass hits him across the back. And okay, Jesus. I kicked him any harder, I don't think. And another kick. Been talking tonight a lot, and I like to talk about the styles of wrestlers. These two, just different enough styles. They have a lot of similarities, but you'll see differences throughout the matchup, I hope. A couple of shots to the face there. Another hook of the outside leg. Pat Ireland not wasting any time on these covers. He wants his championship back. And he knows that the more you make someone kick out, the more exhausted they're going to get. As Lash rolls to the outside, may not be a good place for him. You see Pat getting ready with a tope. Through the ropes, takes down Eric Glass. This, of course, Extreme Rules means falls only count in the ring. Oh, God. What a knee strike right to the face. Eric Glass tossed back into the ring. No idea what Pat has in mind here. Perhaps just giving Eric time to get up. He's a very respectful wrestler, superstar. Not sure why you do that. But Eric Glass, he just pops him up and punches him in the face. And now a kick. Rocks him. Forearm. He almost missed, but he cleared just enough. Eric going to let him get back in the ring. Collar double tie-up. Ooh! Something we saw a lot of near the back end of the Ultraviolent Championship Tournament is these wrestlers in this division, I guess, quote unquote. What a knee! Is that they embody a lot of what the ECW superstars did. It's not just about hardcore violence, it's about great pro wrestling. As Eric Glass rains down some right hands. Just because they can be violent doesn't mean they have to be, but they will be. Trust me, as I say that, Eric Glass rolls to the outside, baseball bat. But Pat stops before he uses the second tope of the matchup. Big knee to the face. And now Eric Glass tossed across the way. Pat picks up the baseball bat. You want to see a baseball bat used to extreme degree, honey, you don't need your shoes. Go watch Mistress's Ball, Northern Light suplex on the outside. I don't know what Eric's doing, running all the way around the ring. Gave Pat a chance to recover. Oh, he still hits him. I don't think Pat knew what to do. Got hit with a baseball bat. That's what happened is he throws Eric into the barricade. Okay. They're starting to fight up the rampway almost as Pat stops that, throws Eric back in the ring, slides underneath the bottom rope, hooks the outside leg. Honey, you don't need your shoes. The 2 count? No. Pat trying to win back the championship, become the 2-time champ. Much like what Madison Osborne did, if you think about it. Becoming the first ever Crimson Bell, losing it, and then winning it right back. Now another tie-up. Oh my, what the hell? Pat grabbed a ladder. Well, anything goes. Even a ladder. Oh, spinning back fist. Spinning back fist, down goes Pat. Couple of forearm shots right to the jaw. Throwing elbows in the middle of that ring. I don't know where the ladder went. I think they knocked it out of the ring by accident. As Eric once again, ooh! Baseball bat shots, Pat trapped in the corner. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Another knee strike by Pat. A kick to the back of the head. And a stomp to the back of the head. Not going anywhere. We're going to do this to the palm now. Oh, Pat overshot that splash. Rare mistake from the former champ. Kick to the legs, couple of them. Oh, Pat tried to block. It backfired immensely. Spear! Spear by Eric Glass. Hooks the outside leg. Center of the ring. 2.5. Eric Glass nearly had Pat. The crowd chanting something. I actually can't make it out. But they are excited for this one as Eric unloading on Pat like he watched Mistress's ball. I know, I'm plugging the hell out of those shows. They were really good, I promise. Spinning arm drag there. Pat spins with him. And now unloads with the baseball bat himself. Couple of shots. Excuse me. Big knee again. I don't think I've seen anyone use their knees in MAW as effectively as Eric Glass does. Or a baseball bat, maybe, for that matter. Oh, again. Pat went for a right hand. Eric just stopped him with the baseball bat. There's that single leg drop kick. That's how Pat started the matchup. And it looks like Pat is busted open. Blood running down his cheek, maybe, or his forehead. Maybe both. Maybe it comes from his forehead down his cheek. I can't really tell. But Pat is definitely bleeding. All those shots with the baseball bat. I'm not too surprised. As Eric grabs it again, this time Pat laid up on the barricade and just getting annihilated. And oh! Pat with the get smoked from out of absolutely nowhere. It was so sudden that I almost didn't realize what happened. His version of the Kinshasa, he calls it the get smoked, he just wipes out Eric Glass. And now returning the favor with the baseball bat. Eric doesn't appreciate it too much. Gives him a right hand, throws him into the barricade. That baseball bat has become almost a third member of this matchup. It looks like Eric's bleeding as well. Probably from the get smoked. Drops him right hand. Pinfalls and submissions only count in the ring. They can do as much damage as they want on the outside. Oh. And again. Over and over and over. I don't. Oh! That was the DBK, for God's sake. It was Psycho knee. Pat bringing back his old finish to take out Eric and throws him up towards the stage. Eric in trouble. They're fighting up the rampway now. This is getting intense. It's been intense. I don't know what I mean getting. Eric fighting back with his feet and his fists. And Pat gets him up on his shoulders. Oh! Ushi Garoshi! Eric lands awkwardly on the concrete as his neck hits Pat's knee, and Pat, the triangle elbow to the top of the head. Big knee drop to the chest. And now a stomp. And a knee again. These two are just beating each other up. That is That is bare concrete out there, big knee. So if anybody gets slammed on that, it's going to be the end of it for sure. But right now, Pat just unloading over and over and over again. Look at this, look at these shots. Just the strike king in MAW. You see him getting riled up, pumped up. Oh, went for a shot there. Eric finally able to get back at him and drop it to the lower back. This crowd has loved every second of this main event. It's Eric Last, the new Ultraviolent champion, as he goes after Pat's knee, facing the former champ Pat in an Extreme Rules rematch here tonight in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Raining down the right hands on Pat now. Both these men have got to be getting exhausted. Both men bleeding, losing blood by the moment. Cobra clutch at backbreaker. I don't know who's in charge of the spotlight, but they're, hopefully nobody in the front row has seizures. Goodness. Or epilepsy. Eric with that assault of knees and kicks, but Pat comes back with a knee drop to the face. Knee to the back now. Heading back towards the ring slowly. Pat with another knee. Again, they can beat each other up as much as they want on the outside, but falls on the count in the ring in an Extreme Rules match, a regular Extreme Rules match. Pat raining down more knees right to Eric Last's head. Getting the crowd riled up again. I don't think you need to rile the Philly crowd any further. Oh. Oh, man. Fans counting along with the strikes from Pat there. It's the first time they've been this close to the ring in the last couple of minutes. Pushes him away. Big leg lariat. Oh, more weapons. The kendo stick. I think JT left one behind as he unloads on Pat. Oh, goodness. The kendo stick splintering. Another gets smoked. Another Kinshasa on the floor. Somebody's got to get back in the damn ring. I mean, oh, good Lord. Front suplex on the concrete there. Pat finally using the concrete to his advantage. Grabs Eric, throws him back in towards the ring anyway. Uh-oh. Might be thinking some payback as he gets back in the ring. Oh, but he drops the kendo stick. Pat may finally have realized what I've been saying. This match has got to end in the ring. He goes to the top turnbuckle. Oh, changes his mind as he sees Eric get to his feet. Eric catches him with a clothesline. Pat trying to block. Another one. Catches him. Kicks the leg out from underneath him. I see the ladder now is over in that corner. Hooks the outside leg after that attack there. And he got him. We've seen, that's the thing about MAW. You never know how a match is going to end. All he did was trip him. But both men were exhausted. Here's that forearm elbows assault from earlier. The spear. One of two Kinshasas. The Busaiko knee. Another Kinshasa before Eric would just take the win. I would apologize for the anticlimactic ending, but it really wasn't anticlimactic. These two beat the hell out of each other. They were both bleeding. Eric finally got a hold of Pat, hit a couple of clotheslines, tripped him up, and Pat was too exhausted to get back up. Next week, we've got 2 more matches in the Women's World Championship Tournament. And then the Savage Rose Championship will be on the line. And what else could possibly happen between JT, Randy Man, and I guess Johnny Gomez is trying to keep the peace. We'll see you all next week on Inertia. Congrats, by the way, to Eric Last on his retention.